Hello, Cheryl. How are you, honey? I hope you're doing well. I am working on a background here. Thought we'd do a little art journaling tonight and just play a little bit. So I was fussy cutting out a dragonfly that I thought I would just lay right down in there because this is really wet. I started, well, honey, I've been horrible, but I just had to get up and do something. I broke out in hives from head to toe, and I had a real allergic reaction to my medicine, I think. Hi, Patricia. How are you, honey? I don't think I'll be on long, but I wanted to come on and do some art journaling with yins, and I'm really getting into this mixed media and art journaling, and I really, really like it. And so I had started a page, and I was putting down the some underpants, as Lori Marie would call them, and so I thought I just ought to go live. I haven't been live in a long time, and I've been sick, and I just needed to get myself together a little bit and take my mind off things and see if I could relax a little bit and maybe settle things down. Hi, Janie. How are you? Oh man, I mean, tell you, I've never had hives in my life, but I pity everybody that does. And this was the first for me. And oh my gosh, I have been broke out all over, head to toe, and it's just been miserable. Yeah. I have to get my mojo going and get to, well, I thought it would take my mind off of them too, to just just play around and just, have a good time. So that's what I was doing. And
got all this paper left over from my flock swap, and man, she sent me some pretty papers. So I thought I'd do another page, and I just finished the one for the swap, and that video is up. I just got it up, and so anyway, Tommy had a seizure this morning, so I do have the monitor on, so you'll hear him maybe in the monitor, but I have to keep my ears open for him. Oh man, I mean, tell you, I broke out. When I broke out from head to toe. And I had never seen them before. Hi, Kathy. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Kathy has been so sick. I mean, I've had hives, but she's been sick. And I just felt so bad for her. And I may cover these dragonflies completely up by the time the night is over, but I wanted to cut some of them out and put them on the page. I've got a new stencil I'm wanting to try out. I've just got, oh man, no, don't tell me that, Patricia. Oh, I can't handle this a year. Hi, Anita. How are you, honey? Anita, aren't you in my group? Are you in Inspired Art? Yes, I want Kathy to feel better. And I sure don't like the sound of it. So I hope it comes here. Well, good, because I didn't know if you were or not. If you're not, please do. Please join us. I would love to have you. Oh, about cut off a swirl. And I like that swirl. I'm not very good at fussy cutting, as you can see. I don't worry too much about whether I'm cutting off a leg or if I'm, if I'm getting really close to the piece, or I just kind of cut around and call it good. Janie, or how are you doing, honey? Are you still at home or are you on the road? Now let's put that right there. And girls, I've got ants in my craft room. I sent after some stuff today, but man, I couldn't hardly believe it. I come up here and started crafting, and the ants are just running everywhere. Okay, honey. And that's 4. I think I need one more. Don't end on an even number there. And I think I want this little bigger one right over here. So I'm a cutting, and I'm not even in the picture, which I'm not a pretty cutter. So it's it's not something you really want to see. I've got all these fancy scissors, and oh, luckily I had some medicine already that they use to treat hives. I had some prednisone. Hi, Jan. Yes, these are your dragonflies. Did you see your page? I posted it on Flock, in the Flock group, and I also did a video, and it's uploading. But again, I had already started when I thought I was videotaping, and I had it, and it counted down, and I said hi, y'all, and done all that stuff. Look back up there in a little bit, and it was trying to take a picture. Oh, good. Okay, there's my dragonflies down, and I don't even think I'm going to have to add any more. I got so much glue on that page, and you can see that it's just a standing there in it. It's really, really thick, and I've got pages glued together, and all that kind of stuff. So I should dry this, but I have, I've got this and no way to edit it out. So, oh my, they're just taking me over. Um, between the ants, I've been lucky. I've only seen a couple of termites um, since we were since we sprayed. Um, I did spray them because I think they were kind of stray. I don't know if he's probably going to have to come back and do it again, but um, I've got the ants, and they're everywhere. They're in my. I had one crawl on me in the bed. So they're in every room. They're in my living room. They're in the kitchen, in the bathroom. They're up here in my craft room, and any place that they can get in, they'll get in. Yeah, I've been drinking water and coffee. I've been drinking a lot more than I've been eating. Um, I started, you know, when I noticed this, I quit taking the medicine, and it wasn't something that I couldn't stop. It was a Motrin type drug for my arthritis, and but I stepped up on it, and I did not step down. Yeah, yeah. I just quit taking them because I'm gonna tell you, I was broke out. Oh, girls, I was broke out everywhere. Yeah, I mean literally everywhere. There, just think about a woman's body. It was everywhere. Under my arms. I sat with my arms up in the air, like this, up in the air, and oh. And this morning I got up and didn't have any, and I thought, oh, I'm over it. Within 15 minutes, I had started having them again. So I'm going to turn this on and start drying this while we're talking. Hopefully, it won't be too awful loud. It's not very loud. Well, that's where I've scratched, and you can just, I don't know. They're just like they're laying under the skin or something. But that's where I've scratched all those spots. Yeah, yeah. And on my hands, I've got one right now on this finger. It's a small one, but I've got one there, and if I handle it, it'll get big. Yeah, I really wish I had some of that glue up because I mean it is just literally puddled right there. But I'll just dab some of that up with a baby wipe. My brush was a little wet when I started that, and so anyway, but I was sitting downstairs and I was having a reaction. I was having a spell on my neck, and my legs were burning like they were going to start breaking out. And I thought, I'm going to go upstairs and craft and just see if I can't get things, to stop. And maybe, if I just calm down and let it go, maybe it'll help it. And so I put all this underpants down, and girls, this was paper that Jan sent me. It was little writing tablet sheets and like this piece of wrapping paper that feels like wrapping paper anyway. Beautiful stuff. Um, a piece of a napkin I used earlier, and a piece of it looked like regular. The stuff we make books with. Paper pad paper. Um, and then a piece of an old book that looked like um, Well, hello. Help me think, girls. Jan, what was that book sheet you sent me? It was almanac, an almanac page. So I think it looks pretty. I think it's going to look cool. I've got a new stencil I'm wanting to try. And it's just this big swirly thing. And I'm wanting to use my pastels on it. I seen a girl use pastels on the pages, and I absolutely loved it. Yes, the almanac. Yes, thank you. So this is almost dry. Get down here in this corner. I can do this faster, but it's a little louder. So yeah, I like the numbers and all the stuff they have on them. So you wouldn't believe how many I give away when we moved here. I was not doing any artwork. I kept several, and eventually they went to people who had birthdays in that same year or whatever as gifts. And I didn't keep a one. And now I'm sorry that they're all gone because there was old newspapers here, old books, old. I mean, we give away and had bonfires. It was just amazing what was in this upstairs. It was just an attic, and that's what it was used for. Just, I think the woman kept every ribbon that she ever put on. Uh, oh, I love to watch Mike Deacon. Um, that she put on a grave. I think she saved every ribbon, but it really worked out well because when we moved here, while we were moving, somebody went into the house that we were moving out of and took all of my Christmas decorations. So when I got out here, I had absolutely nothing. And I come up this upstairs, which was still full of stuff because we hadn't got to that point yet. But she had some real wide satin ribbon, and I made, uh, hi, Maria, how are you? Uh, I made satin teddy bears out of it and really, really enjoyed them. And they were really pretty because there was some pretty ribbon. There was all kinds of ribbon. And I'm going to go in and take my autofocus off so it does not do that again. So let me get in here and find my pop out is what I need, my camera pop out. Yeah, let's see. Main menu. I've got to, come on. It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. Okay. You hear it thinking? Oh, thank you, Patricia. And not always. I have made some big, big boo-boos. Okay, it did not come up. Why didn't it come up? I need my camera pop out. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I don't know how to do this. I don't want to edit. It's got to be the preferences. Change settings. I'll get this in a minute. Well, thank you, honey. I'm just getting started. I've got some more things I want to do. Um, now, let me see if I can find the where I can. That's not what I needed. General. Maybe that's it. Um, I want yeah, I want that webcam controller. That's what I want. Okay. That is not where where it was supposed to be. So what if I go here? Go here. Go here. It didn't go in here. Maybe. Aha. Let's turn off the autofocus. Turn it off. Thank you very much. Yes, I know it's in use. Oh, it says I have to reconnect. Oh, have I lost you? Okay. Have I lost you? Maybe I got rid of that focus. I hate that autofocus popping in and out. So is everybody still here? I didn't lose anybody? All right, good deal. Okay. I actually went out. Well, I didn't go out because I never go out. I'm a recluse. I stay at home all the time because I have issues all the time, and it's hard to get out in public with them. You know, when you're broke out and hives all over, you really don't want to go anywhere. You kind of want to stay in your nightgown and have nothing rub you, and you know. But I seen a woman using this, and I thought, I've just got to have that stencil. Well, when I got it, it was a lot bigger than what I expected. It's huge. I want you to look at these swirls. Look at the size of those. But I want that all over the background. I'm just gonna go for it because I think it's really, really cool. And actually, I'm still a little wet, so we may have to do a little bit more drying. Dry it from the back side a little. Because I want to put some Mod Podge, not Mod Podge, but some, and actually I'm not going to use the whole thing. Okay. I'm just going to use a bit of it and go in certain places, like kind of like in there, and do this little swirl here, and then come down here and do a swirl. And I'm going to do it with my texture paste. That's my gesso. And I'll get my, this is joint compound right here. And it works great. I love to use it. So that's what I'm going to use on this. I really would like to have my big I wasn't ready to go live. I just decided it was time to go on. I have been missing you all. I have been missing doing this, and it's time to start back. Summer's here, and I have, you know, I just had a rough winter, and I just thought it is time to get my mojo back and get back in the groove, and things would be lots better. So, okay. Don't see my big. I don't see my big one. So I may just use a card. I don't know if I can do that or not. I had a big one somewhere. This is a little bigger, a little thicker. Let's get it. Anyway, we've been remodeling on my upstairs forever. Hi, Laura. How are you, honey? And this was just a lay-in in my house, and I thought, I'm going to use it. So, thank you, hon. I've just got started on it, so just give me a little bit and we'll see what else we can do to it to really pop it up a little. So I'm going to press this down in here, right here on this edge. Just like that. That kind of splattered on there, that last little dib. I'm going to put it down here. I'm just going to clean that off. Just kind of scrape that out. And that's really wide. See, I don't know if I like that real wide stuff. Like I said, it was a lot bigger than what I expected it to be. But I was bound determined that I was going to get it and I was going to use it. So here I am, honey. I'm just, it was like $8.65, which is not bad for a stencil this size, I don't guess. But, you know, that's, it really was something for me to just buy myself a stencil. I bought them at auctions and I've bought some cheap ones, but I had never really bought a quality stencil. And, you know, I just decided that I had to have a swirl one. And so I chose this one, and it's from Crafters. What do I do with that page? Crafters. CraftersWorkshop.com. Yes, I have made my own texture paste, but I really like the way the joint compound works. This is getting a little bit thick, but I can add a little. I picked up a little bit of my paper right there. I can. I'm just going to put a little texture paste over it. I can get this really cheap, the joint compound. And so I just decided that, you know, I would just give it a try. And I really like how it's working. So I make my own texture paste with baby powder when I make it. Baby powder, glue, water, and make it fairly thick. And this is really thick. This is could be watered down just a little bit, but I really like the way it goes on. So, okay, now let's pull that up. And there's our swirls. And we'll give it a little bit of a clean here on the sides. Put that back down. And then I'm going to move my book. And I'm going to get me a sheet of paper down here. Oh, if I can get my foot out of there. That has already got something cut out on it, but I'll be using it in this Bust the Stash deal that we're doing, or the Tame the Stash. And I'm still working on that, girls, and I really am enjoying it. And I'm going to wipe the stencil off on that so that it's push it down on there. What I like about this is it's strong enough that you can clean it up. And I don't know if you've heard me say it or not, but Murphy's oil soap is so wonderful to clean these things. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I like to make it. And the joint compound is really cheap compared to, if you compare it to the price of texture paste. And it is pretty much the same thing. It's got a little grayer cast to it. That'll bother me any, because you can always put a little white over it or highlight it, or, you know, put a little white paint in it. I need to thin this. A little white paint would thin that. And you know, Cheryl, I don't want to sound hateful or mean, but I have found out that there's so many people live streaming now that you can't keep up with them all. So when I get to feeling like going on, I just go on, and I don't mean to be mean to anybody. I don't mean to run over anybody. And as far as those girls are concerned, I'm not going to hurt them. I don't have that many people watch me anymore. My numbers have gone way down because I've not been consistent. And so I just had to quit worrying about uh, who was going to be on and who was not going to be, and you know, that kind of thing. I don't have any water up here, Laura, so I have to use the baby wipes, and do it that way. And I've got a few prickly spots here that I kind of want to lay down just a little bit. That is a little bit thick to use right now, but it doesn't have to look perfect. I've never done anything perfect in my life. If I ever did, I'd be scared to death. If I ever did, I would be scared to death. I really, really love the way Jan's page turned out. Yeah, the way her page turned out. It was just, I mean, that just came to me. It was just beautiful. And I thought I just didn't hardly use anything she had, and I felt so bad because all this pretty stuff she sent me. And oh yeah, uh, Murphy's oil soap has it will clean up paint, it will clean up texture paste, it will clean off your stencils, it will clean off your stamps. You can spray your stamps, and I mean, it'll clean the ink off your stamps in a heartbeat. It will clean your tools, which I need to clean that because I've got overspray on it. And it's just amazing. I don't have, I'm upstairs and no bathroom, no nothing. So okay, I've got my pastels out, and I've got a limited palette. This is all the pastels that I own right here. And I have used these. You can't. You just have to do what works for right. And if you don't get the views on the live stream, you've had the interaction with people, and you get them later if they really like to see what you do. Yeah, it is. It won't dry it out. And so anyway, this is the palette that I'm going to use. And I think that I am going to start with this right here. And I don't know why, except that it's a pretty color. And I want to just start in here and start laying some color on this background. There, I got it on my swirls. Lay that down because it come up. And anywhere that you get this chalk on that you don't want it there, you can take a damp rag and just kind of wipe it off. Just lift it off. And yeah, you have to dilute it. And that's a little napkin, so it's got a little rougher texture right there. And I just want to come in here and just kind of fill around these. Oops. Whoops. Some of my paper tore right there. No, that was the compound came up right there. Got into my compound. I'm rushing this just a tad, and I don't know why. Because I should be drying that compound before I go on with this kind of stuff. And I'm just kind of going all over with that, and I will probably go in with another color and fill in and get some bolder color, like this pink up here, and pull that in. And hi, Sandra. And then you can, take your wipes and go over that. You can also lay it down like this. I was watching a woman do this today, and I cannot tell you who she was because I had watched so many videos that I have no clue where I was. But I'll show you a thing that she did that was really, really cool. Let's see. Where are my little stencils? Right here. Let me get one down in here that's got a pattern on it.
Almost where I set my carry-on box, Mom.
He set it on the shelf.
On the shelf, Mom.
Yeah, just on the shelf. Okay, this one right here would do good. You take the pattern here that you'd like to have, and you can go over this chalk with a damp rag, and it pulls the stencil up. I don't know why I rush. I just do. Yes, I will. But anyway, it was from like 2017 or 2015 or something like that. It was an older video, and which doesn't matter. I should give her credit, but I just really absolutely cannot remember what her name was right now. So when you get your color in here, you just take your stencils, and I've got some letters right here, and I'm going to put them down right there. And I'm going to lift up. Instead of putting down, I'm lifting up. Can you see it here? And I'll come on in here and do it again. Right there with that C. And there it is. So you can put a pattern in, in your texture paste or your pastels. And you can blend them with a baby wipe, kind of blend them down. And kind of pat the color in. But, that's why I'm using the stencil too, so I can pick some of it up. My texture paste has got to dry. And then I'm going to probably put some inks on it or some paint on it. I don't know. This usually dries pretty quickly. But I'm so glad you all are here. Hi, Sandra. How are you, honey? Have you got that necklace done yet? That is going to be so pretty. Girls, if you haven't subscribed to Sandra, you need to check out her beading. She is doing a necklace that is just going to be stunning. Besides all the other things she makes. And yeah, it's a past video, but I'll go look for it because I just did it today, and I should be able to find her. But right now I'm not in the mood to go do it while I'm trying to do this. I'm gonna put some blue in this page right up here at the top, and kind of go right in there with it. Just give it a little color right down the edges, maybe. Follow it on down. And right here around this bottom. And maybe some right in there. Maybe a little right in there, right in the center there. And right up in there. Just in spots here, just to pull it into the picture. I may do some gold on my stenciling. I think that might be pretty. Oh, I think it's going to be stunning though when you get it done. I really do. I'm going to put a little right in here, and I'm going to pull some spots out of that with this. Lay it down on there. And get my damp baby wipe and just pull up some spots. And right here, maybe pull up a few little jagged lines. I really like this technique. I will like working with pastels. So yes, honey, these are pastel chalks, and they're soft ones. Well, I assume they're soft. I don't know. I didn't even know that there was a difference in pastels until recently. I've worked with these since I was a kid. My mother bought these, and I started coloring with them way back when, and they are the Weber Costello, and there's 24 sticks, and it says alpha color, and it doesn't say if they're mediums or softs, or just says assorted sticks. And it was really good set when I got it. But yes, they are pastels, and I'm rubbing them in, and then I'm taking my, like this right here. I've got a spot up here where I've colored it, and you can take this right here and pull some of that color up and leave a pattern in it, which I thought was really cool. So I just really like the idea of playing with my pastels on an art journal page. And I use them to, I don't know if y'all seen my Doris Day, but I tried to draw Doris Day. I did not do her well, but I used pastels on her. That makes a little, almost like a ripped line. So there's my background. Okay, for what it is right now, I'm going to dry this texture paste just a little bit. And I was going to do some, I don't know, hearts or something on here. Yeah, it's really fun. You know, they're really easy to use. You can blend them if you get them on a clean page. It's a little bit harder to blend around all this stuff. But when you get a clean page, and I don't mind showing you on one of these, when you get here, I'll do it on this back side, right here. When you get a nice clean page and you want to lay you out pieces, a background or whatever, you can just take them and start blending those out just like that, and just blend them out until you're happy with it. And then you can just lay over another color. Let's see. We'll put a little green here. And we'll lay it over and we'll start working it out and see how fast you can do a background. It's just really fun. This is my picture I've done on Dwarf's Day, and it is not good. But this is all pastels. And I hadn't sealed it yet, and you can see it. It's on that it is on this picture over here now because I hadn't sealed it yet. You have to seal it with something. Maria, what did you take off, honey? You can ask anything, babe. You can ask anything. Oh, the oil pastels are great too. They are great too, and they work a lot like your the distress crayons or your those kind of things that are soft. The oil pastels will really, they will blend and make pretty, and then they're more permanent than what these are. That's okay. I don't care. Yeah, Yanni, we can read those typos. We all make them. Okay, I think now that I would like to put a heart right in the middle of this before I do anything with my stenciling around it. I kind of want to put a heart right in here and make a focal point. And I want it fairly heavy. So I'm going to find me some cardstock. She's lurking though. She doesn't feel well. And all kind of stuff. If I can tear that off there, I will. There. Hello. It always is. And I have such a big mess around me because I am just horrible about leaving all my little bits and pieces laying and not cleaning them up. And okay, I'm looking for my big scissors, and they're right. Okay, a big heart. We're gonna try this and see if we can make it work. I had nothing planned, and I thought I would just play with things. And that may be way too big. Yeah, I think it is. I think we'll bring it down. That's what I want. And Maria, and we'll be here when you get ready to come back. I know how that is about having to fix supper. Tom and I had ours fixed for us tonight, so excuse me, I'm scratching. I have to scratch.